All right, today it's the day after Dana Brown was fired from the Houston Astros. We have learned that Joe Espada has been given the option to manage the rest of the year or step away now because he will not be extended. He chose to stick around, so I do applaud him for that to finish the job he started. As horrible as he has been as a manager, is it 100% on him? No. But I don't feel he has gotten the most out of this team he possibly could, and I believe majority of fans would agree with that. Those I've talked to in social media and other sources feel he has cost the Astros at least 16 games just with bullpen and pitching management this season. Now, let's say he wins half of those, right? 8 more wins, that puts him in a nice lead in the AL West. Things look a lot different. Look like a better team, more closer to above what I put them at the beginning of the year, because I put them in that 80 to 84 win range, with 86 being like the absolute best they would get, and that would put them on pace to actually be a little better than that. To be at the 87 or 88 win range. Right now they're on pace for 81 wins. That's what they're on pace for right now. 81, which is right where I put them at. Dana Brown was a mistake hire for sure. He did not come as advertised. When he was signed, everybody, analysts, all the big names, small names, all said he's a very good eye when it comes to scouting young talent. He's not, obviously. If he was, it would have been much better than what we got out of him, right? So you go back to Jeff Luhnow. He missed on his last 4 first-round picks. Some of you remember some of they are, with Beer as one of them. Mr. Injured starting pitcher, 6'6", I think he was. Nothing but injuries. You already know who I'm talking about. Don't want to get too crazy, but he missed on his last 4. Then you had lost first-round picks from the scandal. Click comes in, doesn't have any first-round picks, basically. He's here for 3 years. I think he got 1 first-round pick in that time, which didn't pan out either. And then Dana Brown comes in, had all his first-round picks, missed on all of them. We have none of his first-round picks on this roster, and any of his picks for that matter. So bad. He brought in 6 pitchers this last offseason. None of them hit. Most of them have been DFA'd or on the IR. He pulled the whole thing at the deadline again. We got those guys coming back. They're like trade acquisitions. Same thing he said last year. Word for word. You can't hope on guys coming back from injury. Hope is not a tactic. If you go on hope on anything in life, it's not a tactic. It won't get you anywhere but failed hope. Unless you get lucky, which you don't get lucky on hope majority of the time. Like 99% of the time. Just don't. You have to plan things. You have to be smart about things. Dana Brown was not that. To me, Dana Brown was a very woke hire. I'm just going to be real honest with you. If he was actually good at what they said he was good at, the Astros wouldn't have gotten worse every single year he was here. You could have traded Kyle Tucker for more. Did he do good in that trade? Yes, but it's impossible not to do good when it's someone that has the pedigree of a Kyle Tucker at that point in time, right? So had he traded him before that season, the deadline before, could have gotten more. Had he traded Fromber at all, which all of you that have been here before, I said trade Fromber at that deadline. I said it before that season. I said it this season and the deadline before that. Didn't do it. You lost him for a compensatory pick, which is nothing. It's, a 5th round pick, I think it is. One at being. That's nothing. You could have traded him for a haul. You could have turned, because starting pitchers are such a big need always. You could have went and got 4 or 5 prospects for him. You could have gotten an average major leaguer and 3 or 4 prospects. You decide, compensatory pick. We're good with that, which is a huge mistake. And then, so you go from Luno. 4 first-round picks were missed before he was fired, which I disagree about him being fired, but I'm not going to say he's the greatest ever, but he's a big reason why we got 2 World Series rings in Houston and that rebuild and all the stars that we've had, okay? Then you had Click, didn't have to do much because he had almost a perfect team here. Greatest farm system? No. But he had enough to work with. Didn't even have to do much and got a World Series. Was only offered a 1-year deal after winning World Series, which was crap. He should have gotten 3 to 5 years extension offer, in my opinion. Then they went direction of Dana Brown, who was a massive miss, completely misadvertised. Team got worse every single year he was here. The only good thing you could say he did was when he traded for Kikuchi at the deadline a couple years ago. Didn't extend him. Could have. Chose not to. We got Correa back, which I like Correa even though he's hurt this year, and we got him at the price point that I was good with when he originally walked away and wound up going to Minnesota after all was said and done, right? And then you got him back, got him at that price point. Minnesota ate a third of his contract that was left for 3 years. That don't happen too much. Instead of having to pay him $36 million a year, you're only paying him $27. That's a big difference. And that's a fair price point for Correa, even with injury issues. Still very good defensively. He can play short. He can play third, as we've seen before he got hurt. He's still a guy that can hit 270, 280. He can still hit clutch homers. Huge cannon of an arm, one of the best in baseball. And leadership, which are all huge. He might be able to come back for the playoffs. Should they make the playoffs, I'd rather him just sit out because this team's not going to do anything. They don't have the pitching. They don't have the lineup. Joe Espada's not a good manager. So it'll be very interesting to see what direction they go for a GM. Having Bagwell be senior advisor scares me. Considering he's the one that extended Montero at over $11 million a year. Montero was really good that year. Don't get me wrong. But $11 million for a non-closer, not a fan of that. If you'd given him $5 million, I would have been okay with that. 11, when it was signed, I was like, that's steep. I was like, high end, I was thinking 7 or 8. He got 11.5 or 11.6, something like that. And that scared me immediately, and then obviously it backfired. Then they got Jose Abreu, which I was okay with because he had veteran leadership, being a good hitter, was still a good hitter. Unfortunately, he fell off a cliff his first year. Playoffs came around, he was really good. He showed up in the playoffs. And then the wheels came off, and he was done for the last 2 years of that deal, and they eventually, devade him, and that was that, never played again. So that's unfortunate on Abreu. I'm not going to completely put that on Dana Brown, because he didn't pay him stupid money. He gave him, I think it was $19 million. He could have been a guy that got 25 or 30. So I'm not going to kill Dana Brown for that. But as far as drafting, prospects, players that he brought in his tenure, didn't make the team better at all. The only one you could say is Vasquez, who's obviously back here again. That's it. Amaya, that was bad. Very, very bad. Guys with injuries, hoping they'll be fine when they come back. Can't have that. So it'll be interesting to see what the Astros do from here rest of the season. If they make the playoffs, you're going to get a game or two of playoff money as a team. But that's it. I don't expect them to win a wild card game, wild card round. Maybe they win a game. Maybe they win 2. But I don't see them winning a series. But they can always get lucky. You can always get hot at the right time. But I don't see this team doing that. So we will have to wait and see. And then you got the lockout pending too, which I believe there will be no baseball next year. I do believe that. It may go 2 years because they have to get a hard salary cap ceiling and a floor to make baseball competitive again. I will get more into that once the season's over and the lockout started and see what everybody else thinks and where everything is at, the numbers and everything. I know they're talking about $250 million for a ceiling, which is fine to me. I estimated about 260, but 250, 248 is fine too. And floor, I figured it'd be about 200. I think they have it at like 175 million or so. Currently is the proposed numbers, but the players are dead set against this, so it's gonna be a long lockout. We'll see what happens. And I will catch you on the next one, and the next one will probably be another video of similar length, and I will organize it better than this. But have a good day. Hope you enjoy the rest of the season, and we'll see what happens. Have a good day.